Yesterday we had an event at the Afghanistan Institute for Strategic Studies where we discussed the conditions on the ground in Afghanistan, the role the international community can continue to play, and the role that Afghans both inside of Afghanistan and those that have evacuated and are outside of Afghanistan can continue to play in advocating for equality, for human rights, for justice, and for an inclusive political path forward. In this process, some of the key messages that came out of my panel in particular was that any engagement without conditions is complicity. And that fact continues to remain. With regards to the humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan, we all recognize the dire need of the Afghan population, alongside the support for humanitarian response, which cannot replace a vibrant and growing economy. Afghans continue to request from the international community support for civil society organizations that are working in Afghanistan to empower and to create civic spaces for engagement and for the promotion of ownership and inclusivity. The gender apartheid, which we're seeing across Afghanistan, is one of the most concerning situations in the country. Afghan women currently cannot work, cannot access secondary education. They don't have any mobility. Without movement of Afghan women, without the participation of Afghan women in Afghanistan, we're losing about $1 billion from the economy alone. Afghan women make 20% of the economy. We continue to advocate for women's equality and for their access in all spheres of Afghan life. In terms of a political path forward, without bringing together Afghans that know nothing but a democratic process within a space where they can voice their concerns and talk about a political path forward with those that may oppose their views. Without such engagement, we cannot have an inclusive government in Afghanistan. We must ensure that the international community continues to use this leverage to continue to engage with the de facto authorities on the ground, but of course, with conditions, and those conditions being women's rights, human rights, and accountability.